What's up, guys? It's your boy Randy with OnEdge TV, and today we're talking about the Mac Mini M1. Let's get it. So I've had this computer for about a week now, and it's a great computer. I'm blown away. I'm really impressed with what you can do with just the base model, the 8GB version of the Mac Mini M1. And but yeah, of course, with every great thing, you have some problems, you have cons with it. So I want to talk about the pros and cons about the Mac Mini M1 today. So I want to start with the pros. All right, so first of all, we all know that it's fast. It is very quick. It is like just everyday use, just going on Safari, using Apple software like Logic, Final Cut. Those things are quick and they are fast. It's a great machine. It works for the most part, and even like Premiere Pro, even though like it's not optimized for the Mac Mini yet, but it does perform very well for just running on Rosetta 2 and a lot of other Adobe programs like After Effects and stuff. They work pretty good so far. But I mean, I know they're gonna work great whenever Adobe stop dragging their feet and optimize their apps for the M1 chip. And the Mac Mini is very quiet. The fan doesn't really turn on much. It doesn't really get hot either, but it's really quiet. Coming from my bigger PC, it sounded like a freaking spaceship was taking off. Even my MacBook, when I'm rendering, it just sounds like an airplane taking off. But the Mac Mini M1, it is really quiet. I don't really hear much. It's great for recording. If I'm doing voiceover stuff or recording anything, it's great for that. Like, it's on now and you can barely hear it. You might hear my light fan from, you might hear the fan from my light, but you won't hear the fan from the computer. It's mad quiet and it's low key. Like, it's small. It don't take up a lot of space. I have it sitting on my desk and it does not take up a lot of space at all. That's a plus. I'm coming from a really huge PC that's just like massive. Pause. Just takes up a lot of space, a lot of real estate in my office, and I just got tired of looking at it, and I need to scale it down completely. I know I mentioned the Apple apps earlier, like Logic and Final Cut. Now those apps on the M1 are phenomenal. They work amazing. I use Logic Pro as much as I use Premiere or any other video editing software, and Logic, like when I would use it on my MacBook Pro 2014 version, like I would get to like maybe 30 or 40 tracks and it just starts to like mess up and clip. It was a disaster. So I had to, go through all those ways to optimize the sound card. It was a lot of crap. But with the M1, I pushed it to the max. The plugins and the instruments that I would avoid using, I can use now and I have any issues, and everything still plays back smooth and runs smooth. I am completely blown away with Logic Pro. And like, if you're into music production, definitely look into getting the M1. If you use Logic, then I would definitely recommend like getting the M1 chip for your production. It's crazy. All right, so let's talk about the cons, the negatives, the things I hate. Personally, this is just what I discovered in just a week's time. I'm sure I will probably find more as I use the computer. But the first thing I want to talk about is the eject problem. Sometimes I can't eject my hard drives. If I just go into the viewfinder or the folders app and I'm trying to eject from there, it won't eject sometimes. So I have to go and drag it to the trash can, the actual hard drive to the trash can to eject. And even sometimes then, it doesn't eject then. So that's just a major issue for me. I mean, it's not a big deal, but sometimes it's annoying. I have to close out of that. It's just too much for me, honestly. But it's not a make or break, in my opinion. The next thing that annoys me is it does not go to sleep. When I go to try to put the Mac to sleep, it will not sleep. And when it goes to sleep on its own, the screensaver never works. For some odd reason, I can't get the screensaver to work. The screensaver won't come on. I don't know if it's something I did wrong or if it's user error, but the screensaver doesn't work no matter what screensaver I use. But I know the sleep part of it is not me. It will not go to sleep unless I just let it run and it falls asleep on its own. But if I try, I can't force it to go to sleep. The screen will black out and it comes right back on. I don't know what what's that all about. So that's just annoying for me. And the next one is kind of a user error again. Most of the apps that I use aren't optimized yet. I won't say this is a con, but this is something to look out for if you're looking to be one of the early adapters to the Mac M1 chips, the Apple M1, Apple Silicon. Then I would definitely advise you to keep this in the back of your mind. A lot of your apps will not be optimized yet. So some of your apps will be buggy, some of your apps might run slow, or some of your apps might not even work at all. So I would definitely keep that in mind. If you're looking to get the M1, do some research on the apps that you use daily to make sure that the M1 is compatible with the apps that you use. Because you don't want to buy this computer and then come to find out your workflow just comes to a complete stop because the apps that you depend on does not work. So definitely look into that. I know Premiere works fine. That's one of my main softwares, main apps that I use. After Effects also. So I mean, they work. They're not the best, but they work pretty good to get the work done. But yeah, just definitely look into the different apps that you use. That's all. That's pretty much it. And I know this is a new computer. It's new. It's a new chip. It's new to the world. Most companies and software companies aren't really like getting on board right now. But like Apple, like for some odd reason, Apple is every other day there's a new update. It seems like there's a new update always on the M1. I know that it's new and they're trying to get things going, but it's always a new update. It's kind of annoying, just like with PC. Literally, I felt like every single day I was updating my computer. And that's one of the main reasons why I just left PC altogether, because PC to me is annoying and it's just unstable in a way. But I just feel like there's an update every day. There's not really an update every day, but it feels like there's an update every single day. I know they're trying to fix the bugs and all those things. It could be just Big Sur. Mostly, it's probably just Big Sur. A lot of these issues probably aren't even the M1 chip. It's probably just Big Sur. That's why I always wait before updating to a new software update. Even with like iOS, I always try to wait it out to see, you know, until they fix all their bugs. But that's just what it is. But yeah, that's just how I feel about the M1. 1 week of using it. Should you still buy the Mac Mini M1 or the MacBook Pro M1 or MacBook Air M1? Yes, I do feel like you should buy it if it doesn't get in the way of your workflow. Definitely give it a chance. Like again, this M1 is a definite game changer. If you want to be an early adapter to the M1, I mean, I say go for it. It's nothing to lose unless, again, you can't use your apps. But other than that, I say it's a game changer. Go for it. Yeah, so that's it for me, guys. If this video was helpful in any kind of way, hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment, let me know what your issues are with the M1 if you're an M1 user. If you don't have an M1 yet, then let me know if you're thinking about getting one. Let's talk about it. Let's communicate. Join the OnEdge family. Let's get it. Peace.